of people, it's just funny how, like the way you broke down early, like me, you can smoke, and I might be all right smart, and you might be like,
I needed to get
right. But it just shows that everybody not as strong as everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you strong, you need to one, salute yourself because you survive shit most people's. Like I said this in an interview yesterday. Somebody asked me something. I said, I'm the shit. And I said, I'm not the shit because of what I wear. I'm not the shit because of what I drive. I'm not the shit because of my house. I'm not the shit because of how I look. I'm the shit because of what I survive and I still smile. You know what I mean? Like when you survive certain shit, bro, and you still standing strong and you still can smile and still see light within all the darkness around you and know that you're dealing with this world is demon infested, bro.
Right.
You dealing with like these people ain't demons you dealing with. So when you whether you go into a house and somebody acting a certain way because you young, you're a fucking kid, and they treat you a certain way. They ain't treating you bad. They evil.
Right,
they bad.
They got their own issues. Right?
Yeah, they got their own. They got their own shit they gotta deal with.
That's why I was telling a poet, how do you go on stage and not worry about people that don't like your work?
Fuck them.
Not even that though. I come from where people wasn't liking me because the way I look, my background, I'm created from nothing, literally. Why would I care about a person say they don't like my poetry?
Most definitely.
When I was the kid that they didn't like because of the way I looked and the way I smelled and because of my clothes. These people are judging me off of poetry. Yeah. I was really judged off of my lifestyle, the way it was given to me.
Right.
And so when you got that type, like you said, that survival, you wear the coat of survival, like, bro, this foster kid on my back.
Right.
That alone,
I'm invincible.
Yeah, that alone.
Nothing can fuck with me.
Right, that alone.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You don't know what that means. You talking about you didn't like my bars? Bro, these bars is but a portion of what I am. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. I agree. And not just that. Your mother taught you to love yourself.
Right.
So if I love me, what the fuck if you love my shit?
Right.
I tell people like,
it's not even for them.
When I get on stage, I'm doing this shit for me first and you second.
Right.
If you fuck with it, that's cool, but guess what? I fuck with it.
Right. That's all that matters. When I was writing the poem, I didn't have you with mine.
How can I please you with this poem? Earlier you talked about, you start writing. Was you saying you started writing when you was being bullied?
Yup, at 10.
Okay. Break down how you start writing.
So yeah, it was just people was talking about my everything, man, like my clothes, where I come from, and I was going through it on both sides of the bridge. See, what happened is that when I got to Jersey, I still was going to church. My mom would go to church all the time. But her church was in Philly because she's originally from Philly too. When I got there, she had just moved to New Jersey, like not a couple years before that I got to live with her. Right. So we still going to church in Philly, and the kids at this church is killing me. They like,
at church?
They killing me in the church.
Yo, we supposed to be praising Jesus.
Nah, not North Philly kids, and you trying to people busting on each other, and they making fun of you and. So it's going down. And I'm like, I'm going through it. And so they saying stuff at the church. The kids at the church is coming at me. The kids at the neighborhood in South Jersey coming at me. School, they getting me. I'm not winning. And it was getting to me as a kid. I'm like, I can't win. I'm not getting no love. Get the writing. This is what I would do to the person.
Pause for 1 second.
Bye.
Imagine if you didn't have that outlet. Keep going.
Yeah, so I'm writing like, whatever, they talking about me, I'm writing like, all right, but if I was to do this to them, how would they feel? And it's starting to bubble. This anger is starting to bubble, and I don't have my mom. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know nothing about Jersey. I know I live in the state of Jersey, but in the proximity to Philly, I don't know where I'm at. And people are talking about, I'm from here, you a Jersey boy, I'm like, I just lost it all in the city. And I don't know why this is even bothering me at the time, you know what I mean? So I'm just writing that pain, like you said, just going through the motions. And it's story form. And then it started to be raps. Once I got to, 8th, 9th, 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, it starts to become rap, but I'm still saying the same thing. They talking about me, they don't know nothing about me, da-da-da-da. How can they talk about my life? They don't know how I got to Jersey. They were raised here. I was put here. Two different type of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to explain all of this, struggling, trying to explain because I'm still a kid, with all this coming into my mind, and it literally pushed me to write it. So yeah, that's how I got to really write it. And even going to school, the viciousness of my mouth was coming out on teachers and rapping. So I would rap in school, but I'm making fun of people on the basketball team that's not showing me love. Cheerleaders, whoever not giving me love, they getting it by the bars. I'm making songs about the principal, about the teacher. Now it's getting so popping in my school that they're coming to me like, yo, put this person in your rap. This is what happened. So now I'm rapping about the fight, who just got beat up. I'm the newspaper is what they call me.
Right.
And that writing style all came from the pressure of the environment.
Right.
And in my mom's house, you couldn't fight. So you couldn't physically touch anybody or get it suspended. Or she would threaten me with like, yo, you're gonna go back, you're gonna leave this house. You ain't gonna be here no more.
Right.
And there was no way I was giving up where I was living at this time. I'm like, nah.
You eating good, sleeping good.
Because if I go back to Philly this time, they gonna kill me. That's how I'm feeling. I'm like, yo, they gonna kill me, bro. And so people talk about, you in Jersey, yo, thank God I went to Jersey. You think that Philly would have, the way I was talking rap-wise and the type of person I am, that city would have killed me, guaranteed it, bro. Because I was coming at any and everybody. I was reckless with my mouth.
Yeah.
And I was against everything. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine I lived in any type of block. And I'm talking like, yo, the drug that they bullying me, I would have definitely put that in my rhyme. Like, they bully me because I don't want to get down with it. They would have definitely tried to kill me. So I'm so grateful for where I'm at and that the writing kept me out of that type of situation, you know what I mean?
How did your writing evolve from that? Do you remember the first poem poem or rap that you wrote that evolved from talking about people bullying you to just
rapping?
Just writing?
Yeah, no, I guess it just, I always could write about anything.
Right.
It was just that where I was putting my energy at, and this is why I was saying as I got older, my energy started to dissipate. Like, hey, you could talk about X, Y, Z. I could talk about this. I don't need to just keep talking about what happened to me because I'm writing from a place of hurt, not a place of abundance or a place of my art. Mm-hmm. What else do they need to know about me? You know what I mean? Oh, you do need to know that I got love for where I live at. You do need to know that I like girls too, that I struggle with getting girls. Like, there's more to me than, you know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Than the bullying and the hate. So it started to turn. And I'm like, yo, I gotta talk about, and I still want to talk about foster care even when I was doing the raps. Mm-hmm. Poetry didn't come until 4 years ago. So I'm technically still new to this poetry thing. I ain't been in the poetry game for a long time.
Right. You've been in it.
Yeah.
Because rapping is poetry.
Right. I learned how to be an artist and learn how to write already. Mm-hmm. The poetry is like you said, changing the way it don't have to rhyme, understanding how deep I can go with poetry where the confines of rap, as far as the beat, I can't do, so there's some limits on it. But when you're just speaking into the space of just the sound of voice, you can go as deep as you want to.
Right.
There's no limit on you, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but yeah, when I got to poetry, I discovered that by going somewhere and something said that you're going to do that. Like, I'm going to be a poet and not only rap. I never did a poem before my entire life. And then didn't know that I was even writing poetry when I was rapping.
Right.
I just thought that the two, they are different, but they are one and the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, and that's how it just changes, just growing as a grown man and knowing, all right, now it's time to talk about what did happen, but from a better perspective. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, that's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
Is your mother proud of you? Have she seen you perform before?
Yeah. At first she wasn't. she didn't like the poems because they was coming out very angry. You know, my mom is big on moving forward. So when she was hearing one of my poems called Revenge of the Foster Kids, she was like, oh, I don't know if you should talk about the past. You know, we built so much to go forward, and I feel like you're going back. You know, she was very concerned about my mindset, you know, and the art that I was going to be putting out. And I was like, just relax. It's going to be a lot of poems that's going to be written about. And not all of them are about foster care. That's just the anchor of my soul. So when I call myself the foster care poet, that doesn't mean I just talk about foster care. Of course not. That's just my anchor. That's my brand. And I don't care if somebody says you're putting yourself in a box, because that is my box. That's where I come from.
Right.
It's like when you get on stage and you hear, yo, I'm from Philly, I'm from Baltimore, I'm from foster care. That's what I represent. When I speak, it's always, yo, my name is Ambitionthepoet. I speak on behalf of the foster kids, not just in your neighborhood, but around the globe.
Most definitely.
You feel me? So understanding that and embracing that.
Right.
And so, yeah, my mom, she was really worried at first, but she loves what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Anybody else in your family right beside you?
My brother do, yeah. My brother used to rap. They just didn't stay with it. I guess it's depends on how the art haunts you. See, even when I stopped rapping,
the way you worded it just now, that's what it does. That shit haunts you. Wake your ass up 3 o'clock in the morning. Write this.
Like, okay. And try not to.
Yeah.
And it keeps going in your brain.
Yes.
And the bar won't leave until
you write it.
Poets will tell you, bro, you can't. You think you're gonna sit on the bar and not write it?
Yeah, your brain become a prison to that bar until you write it down and then it's released. Every single fucking time.
Every time.
3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, when you're driving, in the middle of a conversation, anywhere. In a meeting, anywhere.
So true. I got a couple poems that my brain is like, when you gonna write about that? I'm like, no, not right now, because I'm trying to get this out. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's some people that write in my family. But you know, I guess the art don't haunt them like it haunt me, bro.
Yeah.
It haunts me. I gotta write it. It's like, I didn't even give y'all all the whole story yet. I still got so much to tell y'all.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that. That's one of the, to me, that's one of the things that scared me. Not being able to put out all the content that's in me. Like, I need to put this shit out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's so much in this.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure you get it out, even if, because that's how I am. Like, yo, I want to get it out, even if the people don't hear it. Somebody might discover it in 2090. Like, yo,
that's how I be thinking.
The boy Ambition wrote this is crazy. Look at all this work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something that I need to do. One of the people I discovered, I heard about a lot of speakers, but you know, and I admit this on camera, James Baldwin. It's somebody that I've discovered. I'm going through his stuff. Like, oh, he said that?
Yeah, he official.
He said this?
Yeah.
Oh, why wasn't nobody really pumping him up like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The others. But I, like, you know, and so I'm going through his work. I don't know if he know, yo, what I'm saying today, a guy named Ambitionthepoet is going to be going through my work, looking at me like, yo, I didn't know he said that. You know what I mean? So you never know who may go through your work for generations to come. You know what I mean?
I agree 120,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. You just got to put the work in.
Got to put the work in.
Put the numbers up. Put the content up.
Somebody gonna see it.
Yeah.
Somebody, it's no way it goes unread.
Like I say, when I do a show, I say, I don't care if it's 1 or 100,000. Y'all gonna get the same work.
Right.
Y'all already get
Y'all
this.
getting this work.
Y'all gonna get this.
Y'all gonna get this work.
Yeah.
So when I rested, they be like, the boy Milk used to get busy.
Yeah.
He used to get busy.
Yeah. And not just that, it's like, for me, it's like, the way I be looking at this shit, like, it took me so long to figure out, like, this is your gift. Like, I was writing, and put that shit in the closet and know, like, this was a gift. I'm just writing, read it to myself, put it away. And when I figured out, like, yo, this is it, I ain't never let my foot off this shit.
Right.
My foot is on the gas until the shit run out. I told my wife, I said, yo, if I get sick and I can't move and shit, but I can still talk, roll my ass up to open mic so I can spit. That's how much I love this shit. You know what I mean?
Can't stop.
Like Puffy.
Can't stop.
Take that. Let me ask you a question I haven't asked nobody yet on camera. This is a loaded question. From your perspective, What does it take to fix our race, our conditions?
Oh, this is a risky question. Let me start off by saying this. I don't have the answers. But I'm going to try on some suggestions.
Okay.
I only got suggestions for my race because it's so complex. You know, so let me speak from a suburban boy. Number one, black people from the suburbs are not like black people from the city.
Mm-hmm.
Two different things. So that means a nigga from Philly does not sound or think maybe like a nigga from Camden County, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But they both are black.
Most of them.
So that means we all have different perspectives when it comes to black people. We have to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
That also means, I know y'all gonna wanna kill me. I know I don't. Candace Johnson, Herman Cain, they are black people too. No, they don't think like us, but they have some great points. And I know people don't wanna hear that shit, but they do. And no disrespect, when you get a race who all think the same and they don't have no debate, they don't have no argument, something's wrong. When you're around 100,000 people and they all think one thing, one sound, that's not how the race should be. It should always have opposition. Now, that don't mean you gotta be a part of the opposition. That damn sure don't mean you need to be no Kanye. But that don't mean that the people who feel like them are no longer black. I heard somebody, when Herman Cain died, good riddance. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
I agree.
Black people are still black people. So, number one, we definitely understand that there's different types of black people who think differently. The suburbs, country black people, there's southern black people who did and think different. We need to understand them and have them into the fold. I do think that we don't need to be yelling back and forth. I don't like seeing black people argue with black people on big stages like that. I think some of our conversations about black issues need to be with the cameras off.
I agree.
The Candace Johnson thing and all that, I really believe that should have been with the cameras off. I believe that it should have been talked about and promoted, but I don't think it should have been out in front of the people like that because it shows, oh, look at them fighting again. Division. Mm-hmm. Nah. Number one, division needs to happen behind closed doors. That means when we have an argument between black Republicans or black Democrats and black independents, have that behind closed doors and talk about how what we do agree on. We do agree on XYZ, we do agree on this. We shouldn't be arguing in Twitter. That's way too much division for other people to see. What else? Black people need to understand that there's a sector of our race that love guns. And that's hood and suburban country boys. Which means that the gun thing is not going away. I do believe that we need to tell young men in the city we should embrace gun rights. We should have them learn more about gun safety. I think we should have them embrace the culture a little bit more with safety provisions and understanding that young men, you're fascinated by weapons, but this is not a toy, and that this is real. And that politicians need to understand that people that are black and people who don't understand the gun violence, that imagine if you were a young boy and you grew up looking at violence, seeing violence, movie violence, Call of Duty, which is amazing, and you seeing all this gun violence and you want the opportunity to play with guns, and here it is, someone's giving you one on the street. And they don't teach you nothing about getting a license. They don't teach you how to carry. They don't even, there are some people in these inner cities who have no idea that there's gun ranges in their cities. Mm-hmm. There's people in North Philly that has no idea that there's a gun range at 6 in Spring Garden. So we need to change the way we look at guns. I do think we need to change the way we talk to our neighborhoods when it comes to drugs. Now, here's one of the things I might have to say. At some point, the hood is going to have to decide where it want to go. If you're going to have people selling drugs, for neighborhoods to let people sell drugs that are debilitating is unacceptable. So either the hood is going to have to approach the people who are selling it. Something has to happen because your hood cannot win with drug war, gang war, broken families, all at the same time.
And a system after you too.
We can't win.
We can't win like that.
So, and I told this on the one day, I said, yo, we have to start talking to our family members that we know that are in gangs, that are in the street things. When the riots was breaking out, I called my brother. I asked him, I said, yo, was you out there, bro? Like, I don't want you out there. And he said, nah. My brother, he gets busy, you know. And I said, I thank you for that because I know what type of man you know what I mean, you used to be. And I know you out, you know, you could be out there. I'm thankful that you did. But that's somebody I know. And some of us have real family members and some of our friends. We got to tell them to stop and that you're killing our community. And so the people have to be honest with, not in front of politicians, not at a protest. There are people on your block and in your neighborhood that you know are wreaking havoc. We have to approach them at some point like, yo, it got to end. I don't know how, but it has to end. Right. And I don't think that the state can do it. I really think it's going to be a neighborhood fight. It has to be a neighborhood discussion fight because, bro, you can't shoot kids on my block and nothing happens and we know who did it and we not doing nothing. That just keeps the cycle going. And the cop, and I just don't think governments can help us there. So, what's the last thing I would say? I don't want to go too long on this.
That was a good one.
Self-responsibility, man. It's accountability of yourself and maybe just your block. Maybe we just agree just on our block, this is how we're going to do things here. They can do whatever they want to do there, but this is how we're going to do it here and have a decorum. You can still be from your hood or your neighborhood and it can still look nice. We don't have to tear this down just to say that we're from the roughest neighborhood. So we have to change that culture.
Most definitely. You say we make it seem like it's slick, when really it's not.
It's not. Bro, we dying here.
But here's the other thing. The only reason I think me and you might know it because we lived in the suburbs after a while.
Right.
Because one time I lived in Darbley Avenue on Harford Road. I lived in O'Donnell Heights. But then I moved to Bel Air Road. And Bel Air Road bad now, but compared to where I'm from, it was a fucking come up.
Right.
But the hood will trick you to believe that glorifying negativity, which is really evil when you come down to it, is the shit. But really it's not.
Right.
We hurting each other.
We killing me.
But we don't say it like that because
we start killing kids and I can't. At some point, I can't get with that.
But what is it for? It's for shit that's the illusion.
Right.
Clothes, jewelry, car, all that shit is fake shit. That shit doesn't make you.
And then, not only that, outside of that, dispersing weapon in the middle of a cookout. Like, I can't get into every street drama. I know it's a lot. And some people, bro, it is what it is. You're not gonna kill somebody and not get that, reap that, consequence. But shooting in cookouts, grandma got the kid, grandma gets murdered. It's starting to get to the point where it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And at some point, the men of the neighborhood, the people of the community have to be like, yo, that's it, yo. Like, you might have to hurt us, but we can't let this happen no more because now you're killing everybody.
Yeah.
Not just, at one point it was just, all right, they doing their thing, but you can still kind of get in and out the way, kind of like, oh, if I stay in the crib, I make a move, I do it in the morning, I'm back at the crib at night, I'm good, but the kids getting hit, and it's happening over and over again.
Yeah.
One of the stats was like over 100 kids got shot. Bro, can't do that.
Basically, it's like no respect, damn that.
Right.
Yeah, no respect.
No respect for anything or person or where you're at. You know why? And I don't know why that. Why is that part happening?
I know why, from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because the parents are becoming younger, and they don't have information. Like I got this poem, I say, babies having babies, that's insane, having nothing to install inside a baby brain. They don't have the information to give them. Like me, myself, I'm older now, but when I had my first son, I was young. The information I have now triples what the information I had as a kid.
Right.
So, and that's me trying. So it's a lot of mothers and fathers out here having kids young, fucking raw, and it shouldn't even be having sex.
They don't know how to, right. And then when it comes to raising,
they don't know. They can't even raise themselves, right? So when you have that, and also I believe that young women and young men promote hood shit to their kids sometimes.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? Got your son dressing like a little hood dude, or got your daughter dressing like a little hood chick. And when you raise them in an environment and you push that in their head, you teach them to be master hood people. And when they become that, you can't look and say, why are you
doing that?
Yeah,
right.
you raised them to be that.
We also have to...
And let me say one more thing. I want to make sure, because I need to be careful when I say certain shit. And at the same time, what you wear doesn't necessarily mean you are hood or not hood.
Right.
But what you put into your kid's head.
That's the issue.
If you smoking a blunt around your kid and tell your kid, call him a bitch. Call him a head bitch ass nigga. When you doing when you perpetuating, teaching your kids hood stuff.
Right.
That's what I think.
I think people think the mentality and the way you live at is the same, and it's not. You can have different mentalities and live in the same 4-block radius.
Right.
That's where the issue is that, and I don't like this, is that we're letting one thought dominate a neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, not even a hood. Hoods.
Right. We're letting it dominate the whole square miles of it.
But see, here's the
thing. Nobody here. So so you live on this block, and I go 4 blocks this way and 4 blocks that way, and I'm like, yo, no one in the 4-block radius that I just walked in believes that killing this kid is wrong. And niggas is like, yeah, I mean, look, niggas die every day, B. Yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
And you got houses, and people are like, yo, B, don't even come here with all that, because I'm telling you, they're going to try to hit you up too. Just go back to your little bird. There's a problem.
Yeah.
You have no diversity of thought here. And that's dangerous, because now no one is questioning or in opposition to what you're doing.
But it's by design, because it's easy to control a group of people if you got them thinking all the same.
That's true.
But at the same time, this is the thing that I had to remind myself is like, if I'm smart and you smart, and we was tricked by hood shit on some levels at one time, how in the fuck they got the dummies?
Right.
So the people who not smart, it's harder to shake.
Right.
Like, I shook it.
But everybody's not. But see, there are people there, but it's a suppressed voice.
Yes.
So, and this will go to my next point. We also have to stop. Yo, at some point, we can't let gang people, with all due respect, I don't want no drama with no gangs or whatever. But I gotta tell the truth. I'm working in group homes, right? The kids were saying they was joining gangs at 12, 11 years old.
Right.
So, and I'm like, yo, how old was the person that initiated, told you that my old way was 24, 25? Yo, why are we letting grown men talk to our kids about joining anything? If it ain't YMCA or a writing program, that's weird.
Right. But
you can't talk, you should not be talking to kids prostituting their mind at that young age because they're in poverty. Using their poverty and using their lack of funds
against them. That's a problem. That's another issue.
Yo, and I tell women all the time, it's more likely going to be women, tell the neighborhood or whoever, you can't have my son and I'm going to die for this, because what's going to happen is if not, your son belongs to whoever is recruiting their mind.
He belongs
and that recruitment is disgusting, because they're taking young people. Imagine in reverse, if it was a young man talking to your daughter.
Right.
He's 25 and telling your daughter to join something. Come on, bro, we're not doing that. So why are we letting that happen to our sons? And they telling me at 12, 11 that they're being introduced and telling them to join and do X, Y, Z at some young age. Nah. And then my next point, and then I'm done with, with the whole, because I'm going to get in trouble with some of this stuff. I already know somebody.
Why are you going to get in trouble? But you know what's funny? It's funny you say you want to get in trouble because I got this concept in my head where as though I want to interview the most hoodest dude and just have a conversation.
Right. But see,
I'm gonna do it. But it gotta be real though.
It gotta be real.
Like,
see,
whatever you feel, stand on that shit, man. When we have the conversation.
Right, and then when you get in front of people, don't start to back off. So these things are already stood on and can debate them. But the last thing is the music. We gotta go to the radio stations, and I'm talking about the Atlanta joint, the Philly joint, the New York, No disrespect, and I love this. I'm not gonna say nobody's name, but I'm gonna say this. You got women on the radio saying, get the bag, I got the wettest, I got everything. Cool. But you don't play
Lauryn Hill? Rhapsody?
Rhapsody is new. It don't gotta be no old Lauryn Hill. Give me Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And it's mad conscious rappers. Yo, bro, you not playing no balance?
Yeah. Because they want.
How dare you play on our radio and play no balance?
Because they want us to kill us.
Nah, bro.
But you see, we don't get it.
It's black DJs too.
Yeah, we don't get that the music is a marketing to our self-destruction. I didn't get it when I was younger. I just used to love that shit.
I love it.
But when you get, I still love it too now. And I still love some fucked up grimy shit. The only difference now is I know that I'm not going to do what the fuck they say.
Right. But that's you.
Yeah, and it's a kid listening. Low they got up, listening to.
He don't have no balance.
Yeah.
If he listens to the radio today, he don't have a balance.
Mm-hmm.
He only knows the rappers that they put on TV, which is a dangerous thing because now I only see this type of woman. And then you trying to figure out what's happening to the black woman, why she feels this way. Why does she only want you for the money?
Mm-hmm.
Why does she only want you for X, Y, Z? Bro, when I grew up, there was a balance. You had Pac, you had Biggie, but then you had the Commons, you had Naughty By, you had all these different people who was all fighting.
Public Enemy,
bro,
NWA.
It was so many voices.
De La Soul.
Alright, do I want to jack a bull or do I let about Africa up in this joint?
Most definitely.
Alright, so do I want to hit him up or do I want to get money?
Right.
It was a constant balance. Yeah. So my mind was like, I don't know. All I know is that it's a mixture of all these things.
Mm-hmm. And the music. But they figured it out and it was like, oh no, we need to switch the group thinking. We need to get them all grimy because these niggas is waking up.
Right.
And we don't need them to wake up.
Right.
These sleeping giants are waking up, so we need to feed them fast food.
Right.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And that goes for I agree to that too. That goes for these new artists, which I do research. So the new artists, which I love y'all to death, you know what I mean? I'm listening to new hip hop. Stop playing with me though. I know the difference. You're making videos and visuals for songs that are not helping anybody.